said Ngozi Orabueze, the lawsuit has been revoked from her. And the post the guy was shunning her, I think he was one of those guys that was on the news media, Abamek something, yeah. I think I was chatting with him. I saw his tweets, like talking emotional and being blackmailing the government. And I told him, look, I'm not understanding the tweets you are making. You better come out clear now. Let me know if you are Sabu or if you are still with us so that I'll know how to follow you. He said, this they want to dethrone Simon Ekpa, blah, 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 blah. I told you, come, you are being emotional. You don't love Simon Ekpa more than I do. My DM is still having Simon Ekpa as my picks in my DM. So you don't love him more than I do. He has paid the sacrifice for this struggle, and which every other Biafran is supposed to do, because we are all fighting for this freedom. And I told him, all these things you are saying, you don't want the government to move forward. How can you expect us to take directive from somebody who our enemies have locked in detention, and they will control whatever he sees, whatever he says, and even manipulate him to do one or two things that he might not want to do? And he said, but he's the prime minister. This I said, bros, you should not be emotional. What is the goal that what we all are fighting for? Even the Simon Ekpa that is in prison, what is his major goal? He said Biafra. I said, then let's focus on that Biafra. Every other thing will follow. That Simon Ekpa is in prison. He has not given up, because if he say he denounced Biafra today, they will release him. If NNAMDI KANU say he denounced Biafra tomorrow, now they will release him. But he's in detention. For you to help Simon Ekpa, we need to get Biafra, because the only way that his effort will be meaningful, will be magnificent, that his name will remain in history when the history books are being written, is that at the end of the day, we're able to get Biafra. Then we will have it in history that NNAMDI KANU fought for Biafra, Simon Ekpa fought for Biafra, and this objective were achieved. That is our main goal. Every other thing follows under it. But the main ball we are aiming at is Biafra. Everybody should be looking at that point. That is our main goal. That is what we want to achieve, that Biafra nation. Because at the end of the day, it is this Biafra, when we get it, that our prime minister will come out from detention if they've not released him before then. That Onyedu will come out from detention if they will not release him before then. But if we don't get Biafra, and they are still in detention, and they later come out, it will not, their name will not go down in history. What they have suffered for, what they have labored for, will be in vain. But for us to keep their momentum, keep the spirit high, that suffer that you are saying, someone else has suffered, though, NNAMDI KANU have suffered, though, it is only Biafra that can recognize that suffering, because their name will be in history as martyrs, as heroes who have fought for the liberation of this freedom. So if you relent, if you sit in the war, if you sit in the fence, if you say you don't care, or you are joining a Fulani group, you are not helping Simon Ekpa, you are not helping NNAMDI KANU. You are diminishing and killing their efforts. For you to promote their effort is to support the movement that will take us to Biafra. Because when Biafra come, these great men and women of our land will be many gods. Their names will be written in gold. And that suffering, that pain that they've passed through will be recognized across all the world. If Mandela, the agitation for South Africa, if they've abandoned it, will they be talking about Mandela today? If Mandela has given up in prison, will they be talking about him today? We need to honor these great men and women who are in prison suffering for us by getting Biafra. It's only when we get Biafra that this movement, that their suffering will be recognized, will be valued, and they will be fulfilled, that what they suffered for has not been in vain. I thank you all very much, and I use this opportunity to call our brothers and sisters. This is not the time of smiling. The music is changing, and we need to change our dancing step. This is not the time for laxity. This is not the time for slow body. This is not the time for I don't care. This is the time for fire for fire. Fire for fire. We need to give heat to heat, fire to fire. Nigeria government is hitting us because they've seen the heat that we are generating. If you go to Elias page, you will see his post of interview in Arise TV. One Patrick Smith of African Continental was making interview with him. Go there and recognize the lobbying effort of the Biafra Republic government in Ezza. You will go there and you will appreciate what Mazi Ogechukwu Nkere has been doing, what BG government has been doing, what Alias and Dabiri has been doing. Go and listen to that man's interview, even though the man was a little bit partial, but you will read from his languages, from what he has been saying, that the $9 million lobbying effort by the Nigerian government is a form of panic because of the effort, the lobbying effort by the Nigerian government. Even the white man confessed that Senator Ted Cruz is one of the major champions of those who are rooting for the Biafra Republic government in Ezza for the recognition of Biafra, and so many other Congress members. So I think if you are in doubt what the government is doing and the effort we've done so far, go and listen to that interview with all your heart, not with prejudice, not with sentiment, not with emotions. Just open your heart, listen to the interview, you will decode the message from there. And I want to tell our people that this time around we should wake up. Especially, we know that Biafra makes up of Christians. We're all Christians. This time around we should wake up. We cannot say we love Jesus Christ. We cannot say we love God. And we will allow ourselves to be in an environment where demons are in charge of our lives, where demons are the ones determining what happens to us. You cannot be a child of God in such an environment. The God we are serving, the Jesus which you call every day, is not a Jesus of weakling. It's not a God of weakling. From the book of the Old Testament, from Genesis to Malachi, if you summarize the whole chapter, it talks about liberation of the children of God and settling them in the land, in the promised land. If you also read from Matthew to Revelation, it's also talk about the liberation of the people of God and institution of the Christ-like people, which is Christianity. And even when Christ was killed, the persecution of the apostles started. They did not give up. They did not say because they are killing them, because they are persecuted, they are looking for them to kill. They did not go and hide. They gathered, they strategized, and they went out and preached the good news. That is why Christianity is being preached today. You cannot sit quiet and stay and say, they are killing me, they are killing me. You must rise up, do something. If our God was a God that used miracle to perform, to make things happen, God would have just take the children of Israel and say, hey, I command you in the name of God, the maker of heaven and earth, let the children of Egypt appear in the promised land. If God was the God that makes miracle happen for his people, he would have done so without sending his only begotten son to come and die for you. God uses people, he brings people out so that you will support them to fight for your freedom. That is why Moses was elected to lead the people of Israel. That is why Jesus came down from heaven to preach to you. That is why so many of the apostles in the Bible came down to help for the salvation to be gotten. And that is why he has elected people like NNAMDI KANU, people like Simon Ekpa, people like Ogenkere, people like Donald Trump, people like Netanyahu, and people like all those good men and women in the Congress that are fighting for the freedom of those who are persecuted, of Christians across the world. These are messengers. These are prophets elected by God. It's befallen us to support them as Christians. The story when I was young those days as a Christian, we used to hear of the Antichrist, the beast, the 666, the mark of the beast. And many of us don't realize that they are here. That those ruling you in Nigeria are antichrists. They are here already. That if you don't fight to liberate yourself from this antichrist, you will end up having that mark of the beast. That the 666 agenda is already in play in Nigeria. Your Christianity that you are practicing has been takered, because what they are giving you now is a reverse version of Islam. It's not the true Christianity that we know that Christ brought. You have to take yourself away from it. It's either you fight and save yourself and become a Christian faithful to God, or you take the mark of the beast and you lose your soul and lose everything. I applaud you now that this is not the time to sit down. Wake up as a Christian. Christians are not known for weaklings. Christians are bold people. Christians are able to stand up for their rights. They speak the truth no matter what happens. Christians are those who will defend their neighbor. Christianity is not by mouth. You do it and you practice it. It is time for us to stand up. Donald Trump is speaking. Our government is here, is lobbying for us. Those days, Nigeria used to kill us for free, and the whole issue will be covered there in Nigeria. They will kill us in thousands, and it will be covered in Nigeria. But today, they cannot do that anymore, because anything they do now, everywhere is open. We've been able to draw the attention of the international community in what is happening in Nigeria, and their satellite is there already. We are waiting for them to make the mistake so that everything will be opened. I want to employ us that our government and the website is open. You have to support the lobbying effort. You have to support our army. This is part of the fight. You should fight as a Christian to liberate yourself. Being a Nigerian is not your call. As an indigenous person, if you say you are in Nigeria, what you are simply saying is that, Fulani, I give you my land and my heritage, come and take control. Because the people who are citizens of Nigeria are the Fulanis. Until you begin to shout Biafra, you begin to seek to cut away from that damnable republic, you have nowhere. You're only an immigrant inside Nigeria. I keep saying it. May God bless us all as we contribute and support our new PM and the new government so that we make our journey straight to the promised land, that God will worship Chukwu Kabiama now and forever. Thank you very much, Minister, for the opportunity.
Thank you, our co-host and host.
I said, Madam Stella, don't go cook at what is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was somehow distracted.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi David. Yeah, thank you, Mazi David, for stepping in. I was somehow distracted. Thank you very much, Mazi Jack and Obiora, for that. Your wonderful submission. Our people just need to understand that we need to continue moving forward. It's not about who becomes the prime minister or the president of the Biafran people. It's all about getting our freedom at the end of the day. And getting our freedom includes the freedom of our leaders in the person of Mazi NNAMDI KANU, and also our former Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, of which I believe he will be very happy that the Biafran people have taken this bold step to maintain the momentum that has been put in place to get us our freedom at the end of the day. So thank you very much, Mazi. Jack Obera. And there is something I would like to read out to the Biafran people. It's coming from the Premium Times, but let's take the hands that are up, then later we'll go see how the Nigerian terrorist government are crying. They are crying. You know, they are crying seriously. You understand that they have made it very obvious now to everyone that they are fighting against what we, the Biafran people, are doing in Washington, D.C. through our lobbyist, Mazi Elias Gerasolis. But we'll come back to that today. So we'll read it out from one of the Nigerian media outlet called Premium Times. So let's move the mic. Mazi David, your hand is up. I don't know if there's anything you want to say, because I want to call up Mazi Sorry, Holland. Mazi David, are you there? Mazi David, unmute yourself, please.
Yes, I said let Holland
Okay. Thank you very much.
go.
Mazi David, you need to work. You need to work on your network. Oh. Your voice is breaking.
Then
Mute yourself, please.
and after him, I will speak.
Nale network Nigeria still better
If you
pass
can
here,
hear me.
David. Mazi David.
Yeah, Mazi David, please mute your voice is breaking. Can you check on your network, please? We can't clearly hear what you're saying. As you're working on your network, and let me call up Mazi Holland. Are you there? Mazi Holland, Franklin, are you there? Okay. Mazi Chibike, are you there? Please, I don't.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. All right.
Good morning from here. Oh, sorry, good afternoon, Biafrans. Good afternoon, Madam Stella, Tativi, Rage and Fury, our Mr. David, and Jack Obior, Onyenyere, and Mr. Ben Uwabo. I greet everyone here, both all of us on the space. So, first of all, we thank God Almighty for today and for everything He's doing for Biafran people. With this protocol, all protocols I congratulate our new Prime Minister, Mazi Honorable Ogechukwu Nkere, for the position of the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile and by extension to the homeland. This is what we have been waiting for a long time, and we believe this decision will be a new pathway for whatever good thing that will come for Biafra this 2026 going on. So we have seen all your work you have been doing for us and how the Nigerian government is crying and they are kicking themselves. They have been hiring their lobbies, but it has not been made public. It has been in silence, just to show how desperate they are. They decided to make it public now. They see how we have been punching them. They have been laughing at us, doing everything. It's a chess game. It's a war. It's a war that is going on. All parties, all war. They are hitting us. We are hitting them. And at the end, they will lose. They are already losing. They have tried to lobby, bribe different countries all over the world at the end of the day, just to make sure Biafran fail. But we are hitting them, we are rising, and we will keep on hitting them. So we congratulate our Prime Minister for the job he has been doing, and we pray that Chukwu Kikabiama will enable him with more strength, more toughness to take decisive decision, the wisdom to understand, to see far ahead, deeper, even 5 years ahead, and make decision that will profit Biafra as a nation. And at the end goal is for the freedom of our Biafran people. So we Biafrans, we are solidly behind you to support you emotionally, physically, financially, in everything you need. The same way we stand with our leader, NNAMDI KANU, we stand with our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Eba, who has been incapacitated by the Finland people or authorities. The same way we are standing with you. Yes, this is a new dawn to Biafran because in a civilized nation, we have to have a government that will keep on pushing on. So just like what our people have said, they have all said everything finished. We have to support our prime minister now. And whoever that is, I see them in the post, those of them, they have started crying. You know, it's just a matter of time. This news of Nigerian government hiring their own lobbies, it hit those of our saboteurs. It hit them front and back. It hit them. Some of them, they can't recover. They don't even know, although they are still planning their new propaganda, how to come out. But this one, it hit them. Their madam told them that they don't need lobbies. They have come out and
Really?
separate themselves. They say, Biafrans, you have to know this, that Mazi Elias does not represent the United States of Biafra. Mazi Gechukwu does not represent the United States of Biafra. Biafra does not need lobbies. We are our own. The Ewus, the Ewu self is good because Ewu, when they see something that is bad, they will do stubborn. The sheep, oh, I don't know the animal that are so idiotic that anything you do to them, they'll follow. The Atharos will say, yes, ma. If she mess, pure, they say, oh, the woman will say, open your mouth and accept it. They'll ask her how loud or how big she will open her mouth to accept the nonsense.
They will
So
call her Queen
the
Mother.
situation of the
Sweet
USB, their
Mother.
situation right
That's
now.
what they're calling
They are
her.
taking the fat, the mess, on issue everywhere within them. They don't know what to do. You know. So we Biafrans move on. Now is the time. See what is going on, the opportunities that are before us. The fall of the Islamic regime is going to fall. Our leader said this thing many years ago, and it's happening now. So we must not allow this opportunity to pass us by. We must continue. Have you ever seen those? Are you hearing those propaganda again on news that the Igbo people are accepting Islam in free-hearted and free will? Have you seen those propaganda again? We are dealing with them in one way or the other. They think they can fool us for us to be distracted, but we keep on hitting the target where it needs to be. And now they have left that and have started talking and acting differently. We are not disappointed or distracted. We have passed through the fire, through the steel, and we have made ourselves even stronger and more toughness. We are the set of people that our leader have been saying that Igbo people or the Biafran people are intelligent. They question things and they decide the rightful thing. That is who we are now. Our intelligence is higher than those set of people who can't say what is real and what is fake. They consume anything that comes to them. They don't know when the enemy come inside, wear clothes that will deceive them. But we are ahead of them. So we know every tricks that Nigerian is bringing. We have taken our time to study Nigeria very well and understand who they are. Whenever they come out pushing one particular propaganda, just know that there's something from the back that is hitting them, that is distracting you, for you to lose focus and start pursuing rat. Why then they will be going for the gold? But we understand their move. And I thank Chuko Kikabiama for our government, their steadfastness, their intelligence, everything they are doing, hitting the nail. We will keep on fighting. This fight is a arithmetic, what's it called? War of attrition. Everywhere we will keep on fighting them until Nigeria will remain one leg, until we cut off the remaining one leg and bury it on the ground. There will be no Nigeria. If they think we are done, we are not done yet. This is not 1967 where the war lasted how many years? 3 years and everything ended. We will keep on fighting them. We will make sure of all their money that they are taking from our resources to fund all these things. Time is coming, they will be nothing again left on them. Even the one they borrow people, they borrow other countries, even individual. There is going to be a time the individuals who stole money from Nigeria government will be going after them and be taking that money for them to still keep on fighting. after they have lost everything, they have lost the resources, they have lost everything, they will start going for individuals. That is when they will start targeting all those Biafrans, those useless idiots. They will target all of them and start taking everything from them. It's going to happen. It's not a rocket science. It will happen until we finally cut off the remaining leg and bury it, and there will be no Nigeria. So I thank everyone for keeping on the fire. We pray for more decisive good news to keep on coming from the Washington, D.C. and from our homeland. Now it is not time for Biafrans to rise. It is time for every indigenous people in that contraction that have been trapped to rise. Today, if you protest, if Nigerians can wake up and protest and shut down the protest, let's say all Nigerians down from Lagos, from Yoruba, Oduduwa, down to our people, we all shut down our markets let's say 2 times every week. It will hit international news media that these people, they have started shutting down everything. And the Nigerians, those indigenous people, will start getting their freedom. So it is not time for them to wake up. Those of them that are crying, that want to be free, that have been trapped, this is the time for you to wake up. This is the time for you to do things that require you to be free. It's either you rise up to fight to be free, or you remain a slave. Just like the way the Iranian people were shut down for more than 47 years. Their women were taken as nothing, were shut down under the Islamic regime for 47 years until now they started fighting again. So our people must understand. And if you go and read on how those people they brought into this Islamic man into power, you discover that it is almost the same thing with this useful idiot we have in this freedom. Those communist people, some people will not cash them. Oh, these are the right way. If like we are people like us, we didn't rise up. That is how they will do our land. But thanks to Koki Kabiama for bringing NNAMDI KANU, who educated us and teach us, and for people like us to rise. And we do not allow those useful and useless idiots to bring Islam in Biafran land. Although they are fighting to bring it, but we are here to stop them. So once more, we congratulate our Prime Minister, Mazi Egechukwu Nkere. And our spirits and our mind are with our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our former Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The move by the brigade yesterday shows that indeed we are organized. We know what we are. If you look at that picture, when Somaliland was recognized by the Israeli government, you see that it was the president of the Somaliland that was with Netanyahu, and they signed an Abrahamic peace accord. So, and that picture that time, this thought came to me now. In fact, when the US start talking about Biafra now, who will come to stand for us? That is where all these different groups will now start pumping out. Or this one say, oh, I want the USB. Okay, after second, I want the BR, those second group. The other one, the DOS people will come out. You know, there will be a whole lot of confusion, and that might derail the Biafra movement. But the decision yesterday shows that indeed we are now matured. We have now come of age to govern ourselves. That is one thing that the international world will watch you first. Can you govern yourself? Can you control yourself? Can you protect yourself? Can you protect your region? Can you do things like a nation do things? And this is not about emotional. Our people have been engulfed more with emotion. But this process we are going now, emotion is good, but we are trying to help make our people to understand that we are now in a nation where emotion does not override the constitution or the legality or the rule of law of a nation. That is what we are following. So emotion is there to help you to fight, but not to overrule or overjudge the rule of law. We have even delayed for more than how many months? I read the bylaws previously. I was having it, and now I'm surprised they removed the 3 months. But we are going to fix everything back. It says 3 months. After 3 months, but the Biafran Republic government in exile extended it for more than extra 9 months because of the emotions, some of the emotions of our people. You know, we have to carry our people along. And I believe by now they are understanding how the international politics and laws goes. You understand? So we are trying to run a government. We are running a government, and that is how it's supposed to be. It's not emotion. If you like, let the person that you love so much. If anything happens to that person, you must follow the law. The next person, there must be an election. There must be something that will follow up. That is how it's supposed to be. And I thank the Biafran government in exile for taking this drastic decision ahead of what is coming in this year, 2026 and 2027, because there's going to be a whole lot of shiftings, and we need the Biafran government to start taking decision directly, not waiting for how an income decision will come from any prison. No, this is not emotion. So those of us who are emotional, please kill the emotion and reason well. Like, grow up as a man, grow up as a tough person, and reason well. We have to move on. This freedom is about Biafra. Once Biafra is recognized, the release of NNAMDI KANU and Mazi will be very free. They will all come out because they come out, and then in Biafra land there can be another election to choose them back. Anybody can take over. The law will also play part too. So we must understand this, and what the government is doing now is the right thing, and the international world will now see us that we know what we are doing. We are organized. That is the language the Nigerian government have been using against us from the time of DOS. We are not organized. We are not a group. We are a government. So we just want to put this thing straight for our people to understand what happened and where we are going. Okay? So let's all support him, support our Prime Minister now, and push him forward. I'm telling you, just like what our CDS said, he said the Prime Minister will be very happy. Our former Prime Minister will be very happy. Prime Minister Sameneba, he will be very, very happy for what the decision we have taken. Even our leader, Mazi NNAMDI KANU, they'll be very happy. That means we are organized. You see, when the Prime Minister, our former Prime Minister, when he brought the charter and was dancing 2 days time before they arrested him, he was dancing with the charter, showing when they tell you that it's impossible to destroy this government. Some people don't understand what it means. He knew already. When the first day and the second day of January 2024, he wrote, he said, for any nation that will lay hand on the Prime Minister, that God is going to destroy that nation. And any nation who stand on the way of the Biafran people, God is going to destroy that nation. He already knew all these things. From the 1st January 2024 and 2nd January 2024. If we can go and look for that tweet, you will see it. These are the things that they know. They already said those things down. It's there in our charter. So it's now for us to continue it. So I rest my case for you. Once again, congratulations to our Prime Minister, Mazi Ogechukwu Nkere, and our lobbyist, Mazi Elias. You have been doing great with our international lawyer. Man, these are the people that are fighting for you. Not all those one Nigeria, USB, and then those. In fact, they are all going down. Today, they can't talk again. Now, they are not even fighting us. Why should we elect our own Prime Minister? I thought they have USB before. So, Biafrans, you should know the real truth now. And this is the time our liberation will start hitting hard in the homeland. So, it is time. This is the time. Our liberation will start. In fact, there is a focus now. There's a direct command, and everything will be functioning well direct. Not waiting for another third party to give order before this order will come. Then there will be intermediate order, there will be sabotage of order, a lot of things will be there. But now it is direct. Thank you, dear friends.
Hey, Bikono, onye minister on anụ 30 Ville, who is this? Is this not our Chibike? Is our Chibike? Chibike have so much matured and grown. Hey, this Biafra is making everybody intelligent. Anointing the neighbor.
Yeah, I'm done. So I'm not hearing anyone.
Chibike is under attack. You see, I told you guys.
Sister Stella, senior citizen, please. Can anyone hear me, please? Is anyone still on the mic?
Hey, I can hear
Yeah, I
you.
can hear you now,
hear me?
Toti.
Okay,
Oh,
thank you.
Jesus Christ. Toti, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Chibike, can you hear me? Chibike can't hear me. No wonder when I was trying to chip in something, he didn't hear. Okay. You know, Chibike just nailed it. Is he a minister? It will be my pleasure, you know. In fact, I was crying about
We speak. I can't hear. Maybe it's network, or you can bring me
I
down.
can wait on the Chibike.
I can't hear Sister Stella.
Yeah, Chibike. Sister Stella will bring you down, and you come up again. Okay.
Hey, Chibike really nailed it. You understand? You know, he really talked to us, heart to heart, step by step. You know, hey. Because where is Onyeka this morning, sir? Onyeka should go and take this Chibike speech, bring it out and let it go
exactly.
Viral. Chibike really advised us this morning,
exactly.
And we are grateful to that. So while you're picking the mark, please be congratulating our Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere. Hey, yeah, you can't tell me. So you have to go ahead because if you check the write-ups, you know, it has entered. Saboteurs are now coming up, you know, and you know, how do you know you're doing something tangible and meaningful? Is when all attacks are coming on you. The attack don't go to Ngozi, it doesn't go to CRC, it doesn't go to Madam Vam Vam Vam. The attack only comes here. It means it's you guys that are doing the real job. So kudos to all of you too. Kudos to Briggy Cabinet, Briggy Prime Minister, and all of you here in this space. And all well-meaning Biafrans all over the whole world that are funding and supporting. Okay, so Tati, who is next though? I'm excited.
Yeah, Mazi Onyinyo is the next person.
Hashtag free NNAMDI KANU now.
Thank you
very much. Thank the host for hosting us, and also thank the co-host. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all Biafrans that have gathered here once again. Mazi Tochi, when you were speaking, I wanted to ask you this question. But the chance was not given. I wanted to ask, how do you think that the people, that the mentality of Nigeria have eaten so deep in their brain? This mentality of Emiloko, this mentality of Jagaban. Somebody wants to be a Jagaban of the whole Nigeria. How do you think that these people will not complain? How do you think that these people will not bring this ideology of Emiloko into this our Biafra? That even our former prime minister have said it, that the will of the people must prevail in this cause of this Biafra that we are fighting. When our prime minister launched this, when this our charter was launched, there was so much joy in every Biafrans that charter is what is going to be guiding us in everything that we are going to be doing. Then how could anybody tell me that a prime minister who is under captivity, a prime minister who is under jail, let me just under detention, will be giving order to the people who are free. Sometimes I just don't understand the kind of mentality that our people, some of our people possessed. Sometimes I feel like these people are actually working for their money. Because when you take time to look on all these people, go through them, forget about the name they are bearing. Most of these people are paid agents. Even those you recognize in this Biafra struggle, somebody like Bam Bam Bam, you may think, oh, I know this face. Oh, this face is well known as somebody who has been fighting for freedom. Do you think that Bam 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 is not being paid for what they are doing, for this propaganda they are carrying? If he's not being paid, how come that some of them sees the right way, and because of they want to be the one in charge, he never tell us right from time that he has been aiming on this post of Minister of Information, and he wants to be the one who he want to call himself a Minister of Information. He never tell us that all this while, all this time that he has been gallivanting, making noise on social media, that is where he has been aiming. So I just want to let our people know that what we did yesterday was, by the way, I forgot to even congratulate our PM, our newly elected PM. Actually, yesterday I was among those who voted for him. So I have congratulated him. I am still congratulating him in this media. Congratulations to the newly elected Prime Minister of the Biafran people. Because we have made it clear that we can no longer take order from a man who is not free. The same thing is what our former Prime Minister said when our leader NNAMDI KANU was in the dungeon. He said he will never take order from a man who is not free. And the same thing is what we are doing today. We are not doing it because we don't love him. We all recognize the sacrifice that our former Prime Minister made in this struggle. And his sacrifice can never be ignored. If tomorrow, if next year, if in 2 years' time, as we are wishing him that as his appeal is about to proceed, he will receive God's intervention and freedom shall be his portion. If he come out and the Biafran people decide that we want to as well do election, and between him as a former Prime Minister and this our present Prime Minister, depending when it will come, Biafrans will still have the right to vote if they want anybody who they want to be their leader. This our leader never imposed themselves on us. Even we have heard in our leader NNAMDI KANU when he categorically tells us that if Biafra comes, that he will not be the president. Some of us, like money power mongers, like Ngozo Rabeze, thinks that everybody is like them. Power mongers like Van 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 thinks like everybody is going to be like them. Power mongers like Rubina, the power mongers like Chomo Koma. Because these are power mongers. They want to be recognized. They want it to be that they are the one who are in charge. But anyone who sincerely want to fight for freedom of Biafra, you must not be a power monger for the gods or for the God of the land to choose you for this cause of this freedom. So for those who are in the comment section ranting, I have seen so many of them even in our own Mazi Elias, when I went to his page, I have seen so many of them commenting. We truly expect it, because we know that you people, the mentality of Nigeria have eaten so much deep in you people. You want to make everything to be like Nigeria. Nami, I am the Jagaban, I must be the one to give order. That is not the kind of freedom, that is not the kind of Biafra that we are looking for. The Biafra we are looking for is the Biafra when people will have right to decide this is the way forward. This is what the person we want him to be our leader. And that is what Biafrans have exercised yesterday, being the 14th of January 2026. And it is going to help us in this struggle, in this Biafra that we are seeking for. And it's also going to help our former Prime Minister. That beginning from yesterday, beginning when we are taking our order, whatsoever we are taking, or whatever order that we are going to, whatever things we are doing, it is not going to be attributed to our former Prime Minister. So many of these gullible does not know the kind of the protection we are trying to give these our leaders. They don't know. But because hatred has clouded their mindset, hatred have eaten so deep into them. Now they want to believe that, oh, we are overthrowing this and we are overthrowing that. Is Simon Ekpa the only Biafra in this, the only Biafra, only person that has to be the Prime Minister of Biafra? It's not. So for those who are making noise, what I have to tell you is that you have to go and remove this mentality of Nigeria, because we are not doing Jagabanism in this freedom of Biafra. Most of them have told you, most of these our leaders have told you, if you know what you can do to bring Biafra, you should go ahead and do it. So that is just what I want to, my submission. I want to just make my submission. Once again, I want to say congratulations to the newly elected Prime Minister, His Excellency Mazi Ogechukwu Nkeri. And I want to use this opportunity to tell Biafrans, if you want to be a progressive somebody in life, if you want to move forward in life, if you want to become a prosperous somebody in life, you must remove this mindset of bite-ness, enviness. You must remove it from yourself. If it is not you, any other person must not be there. Why must it be this person? This person is not educated. This person did not know how to speak English. Do you know how many leaders in the world who are not? I don't know why these are our Biafran people with this mentality. And these are the reason why, if I look at the way things are going, I was asking a question the other day to our Prime Minister. Do you think that Nigerians and some of these gullible Biafrans are ready to do what Iranians are doing for freedom? I am not seeing it, because most of these people are gullible. It is only in Biafra Republic government in Asia you will see that we are the people who are out for freedom. Thank you very much. I yield my mic here. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we must stop looking down on our leaders or even on others. You understand? We must remove all the nyama nyama we collected from Nigeria. We must remove it. You know, I can feed you and feed your whole family. The thing is really creating problems, you know. That's why we can't wait for Biafra nation to come, so that our constitution, you know, will begin to fix our characters. You understand? You know, remember last time we did, what are we expecting in our USB, our new USB that is coming, our nation, Biafra nation that is coming. I want to remove that USB there, because I think they have bastardized the whole thing. The Biafra nation that is coming, what are you expecting? You understand? In our new Biafra nation, we will behave like saints. We'll be humble, loving, kind, and then we'll be loyal to the government. When they tell you stop, you stop. When they tell you don't throw paper on this area, you don't throw paper. When they tell you don't pee on this land, you don't pee on that land. You get to the toilet and do your need, and so on. So this is what Biafra is bringing. We can't wait. You remind me of what I saw this morning. It was heartbreaking, ladies and gentlemen. In in old Anambra State. Let me Kukuma tell all of you. In old Anambra State, up to 32 little girls of 14 years, 13 years, 12 years were captured doing standing on the street. You know what I mean? You understand? And they were arrested, and they were being asked, "Where are you from? Which part of the country are you from?" Some said that from Ebonyi. Some said that from Abia State. Some said, and one mother came looking for her daughter. Some were kidnapped and taken into, staying on the streets. Uh-huh. So it's heartbreaking. These are, how do you call it? They are children still. 12 years, 13 years, they are still children. They've not gotten to that adult age where they are allowed to, fare for themselves and decide for themselves. It's an abomination going on. So when Biafra comes, all these things will be stopped. People will give a fair ground to go and, start life again and thrive and attend to their maximum ability and destiny. And the people that have talent will have an opportunity, to bring up their talent and will live by it and gain and how do I say it? Be able to live from what they gain from their from their talents, God-given talents. You understand? So that's what we're expecting. And another thing also, you said that our leaders never impose themselves on Biafrans. You are correct. Onyenye. Our leaders don't impose themselves on us. They come along and we love them, we vote for them, just like Biafrans voted yesterday for our Prime Minister Ogen Kere. Long live our Prime Minister Ogen Kere. Long live. Okay, so who's next? Holland, you have the mic. Holland, are you there? Holland,
Senior
okay, you have the
citizen.
mic, sir.
Yeah, let me just thank you very much. Let me just respond a little bit regarding the question that Mazi Onyenyo asked, and he also answered the question correctly by using the slogan word "Emilokon." Some of our people have been mentally damaged by the kind of politics that is being played in the zoo, and they have this zoo mentality where the party's constitution overrides the country constitution. Because what is happening in the zoo today is that they use their party constitution to run the country and not the country's constitution. And that is why we are here sanitizing our people, that we will not tolerate such attitude in Biafra, because we are law-abiding citizens and our law will always stand supreme. Despite of your own reservation, how you feel, it's normal to feel emotional, but emotions can never give you anything. But our written laws is what will make every one of us progress as a people. What happened yesterday is in accordance to the Biafran Charter. And what happened yesterday is for the betterment of every Biafran, if we really and truly need this, our freedom. And it is now our responsibility and our priority to support the newly elected Prime Minister in the person of His Excellency, Honorable Ogechukwu Okay. And Mazi Onyinye, you said something again. You said protecting our leaders. And this now will now stop that narrative that some of these irresponsible and generational illiterates are pushing out there to keep indicting our leaders by coming out to say former prime minister said this, our former prime minister said that. They are not doing all these things because they love our former prime minister. No, they are doing it, using it to keep themselves relevant, for people to see them as people that are close to the former prime minister, but not knowing in the other hand they are indicting them. And now what has happened yesterday have exonerated all our leaders, that any decision that the Biafran people are taking today comes from the Biafran people and not our leaders that are being incarcerated today. And that is why I still concur in the statement of Mazi's success, the CDS, that they will be happy. At least now, our former prime minister now will be relaxed and concentrate in the case that he has between the European Commission and Finland and Nigeria. Because they will not be able, the so-called prosecutor in Finland or the so-called prosecutor of the European Union cannot be able to say, is this or that in what we are doing anymore. So we have automatically exonerated him and put a stop to that narrative from these shenanigans that are always bringing our former prime minister into what we are doing as a people. And I want every one of us to see it from this aspect, because so many of us will be shouting, they are indicting our prime minister. Why would they be saying our prime minister is giving order from Finland prison? Now the cabinet members of the Biafran Republic government in exile have come together to put a stop to that with the actions that happened yesterday. And I believe our supreme leader too will be happy that yes, that we the Biafran people know what we are doing, that we are upholding their legacy through our actions, through these particular actions that happened yesterday. Because some people, I don't know, some people that come out here and just, say whatever they like without, reasoning with their head, but they use their mouth to reason. Because one thing is for you as a human being to reason with your head than your mouth. We have been able to exonerate them, that they are not the ones giving orders. And anybody that is coming out today or tomorrow to say our former prime minister Mazi Simon Ekpa said this or said that, it is a very, very big fat lie. Because the Biafran people have taken their decision yesterday and elected a new prime minister that will be speaking for the Biafran people constitutionally. Constitutionally. Not by his own power, but by the power vested in him by the Biafran people. Because the whole world, the whole world participated in that voting yesterday that occurred. 50 years against 0. That brought up our newly elected Prime Minister Mazi Ogechukwu. Okay, and the Biafran people are happy with that decision. So
Mazi 45. Everybody asking where is Tinubu? Where is Tinubu? What happened to him again?
Tinubu Tilo. Tinubu Tilo. Where they go find?
Where you go? Where you go? Where you go?
When did they come out? He tell you. When did they come out? He tell you. When Tinubu they come out, he tell you where they go. Everyone go, they go. You know my concern. Now Biafra, I my concern now. All right. There is something I would like us to read, because I want Mazi, Franklin Holland to come about. It's like maybe he's not close to his mic. Mazi Holland, are you there now? I want to read out something for us to see what is happening regarding this $9 million lobby that the Nigerian terrorist government hired in Washington, D.C. I want us to read this thing for every one of us to understand that the Biafran Republic government in exile is on the right path, and the Nigerian terrorist government have come to realize it, and they are fighting it. Please, maybe you guys should just give me some few minutes. I will cut it bit by bit and read out the important section in this publication by Premium Times.
Okay.
And then
We go
the
cut
caption
here,
of
we
the
go
post
start 'em up.
says,
It's 1
"This
hour
lobbying
already.
war." See the way they
Yes.
captioned it. This lobbying war isn't just about image. It's about sanctions, weapons, and war.
Yes.
Biafran lobbyists are pushing for US sanctions and recognition of a breakaway state. Biafran lobbyists, then who are those Biafrans? Who are this and who is this lobbyist working for? This lobbyist is
I
working
want
for the
you guys
Biafran
to
Republic
share this
government
in a
in
WhatsApp group.
exile
Please, can
for
I
the
stop
freedom
it now?
of the Biafran people. They are not
Can I
working
stop
for
it
the
and
Orabu Fulani.
restart?
They are
Or I
not
should leave
working
it?
for
Answer
the
me in the comment section.
accountability group. They are not working for the generational illiterate that are backing all over social media, but they are working for the Biafran Republic government in exile, because the Nigerian terrorist government and the one Nigerianists have come to understand that it's high time for them to come out publicly,
Nobody is
because
answering me.
they know the Biafran people have taken a toll on their skin. And if
But Tati, hold on there. Just hold your thoughts, Tati. How are they coming up now to know it? But it was them that set up Ngozi. It was them that set up CRC. It was them that